Ball teed up. Austin Seibert out for the kick. And we're underway at Hard Rock. D. Eskridge to return it. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. He's got a man left. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And the Commanders pick this one up. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Javon Holland comes up with it. And the Dolphins will have it shy of their own 30 after that tackle. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Up the sideline, past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. There it is, touchdown Miami! The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Motion in left is their running back. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He lofts it deep left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And now they face 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
It's caught. Eckler.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Again, Daniels to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. And no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. He's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. First down, here's Tua. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. A-chain on the inside give. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Completes this one to Braxton Berrios. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Catch is made in close. The rookie from Michigan, there that time. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. We're back for the second quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score. Here's Tagovailoa. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 13-0 lead. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Sanders all set to send it away. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Long-time standout Calais Campbell there for the stop. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Daniels on 1st down. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Another carry for Robinson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. It's the Commanders. Looking at 4th and maybe an inch or 2. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, Daniels. Finds his target, Robinson. He's got to gain a 6 there. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Daniels from the pistol. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
On the move, headed right. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Bails out of no place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on down.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. He still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Tagovailoa off the play fake. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Sanders all set to send it away. He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Okay, and the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who could take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Robinson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys got a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
connect on first. It's second down. Throwing from the gun. Chased out to his right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Second half begins with a run by Achane. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Going play action, Tagovailoa. Dump off to his fullback. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. The throw to the right finds Waddle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He's trying to push the field. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they bring him down around the 34. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Play fake here, Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kohu. And the Dolphins will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But A little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Tua off the play fake. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Trying to pick it up here with Achane. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They go play action with Tagovailoa. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete, and that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the 3rd quarter. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Able to find Achane. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Achane up the middle. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. On target to Waddle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing now, Tagovailoa. Pass it down close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to...
And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Daniels on 1st down. And this is knocked away incomplete. It's a good play, but I don't think it's going to matter. We've got a flag back by the QB. He may have been hit late on that one. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Commanders take a timeout. They're 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders get it back to within 2 possessions. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Eskridge on the return. Returns looking good so far. And some excellent field position awaiting them. That return up close to the 40 before he went out. Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Man in motion out of the slot. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He puts some power on a deep one left. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Mike Sandra still makes the play. And the Commanders will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle.
Well, that's now a second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Fits it through the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. The crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ballgame.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Piron. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Near the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. He's got a lane up past the 30. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Hurts now from the gun. Launches one deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. Fourth down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They kick the running back in motion. On fourth down, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Hurts throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They'll run for it with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out first and 10. Pressure coming from Mahomes. He fires one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he's able to get this down to the 13. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Chiefs. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has his man, it's Pacheco. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And the Birds bring out the nickel look. Third down coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. And the Eagles will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. They're going for this. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
This is ahead for about 5. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. And it's the Chiefs facing 2nd and 5. Blitz coming, Mahomes. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And they take him down right along the 30. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. It's Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
2nd and 3. Dump off caught by his back. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field. But they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Throwing again, Mahomes. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Again, Mahomes to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there, and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
Up and good from Blankenship. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. One last play before the break. Receiver in motion, headed right. He'll throw it. He lets one fly deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts looking to throw. He's trying to go deep again. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Catch is made down the right sideline. They get there to touch him down, Brock. Big gain on that play.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. From the pistol, Hurts. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
He's going deep this time. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. complete to Hopkins. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Pacheco hauls it in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
First and 10, here's Hurts. Forced out to his right. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Hurts trying again on second down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Broken up by a big guy at the line. So it'll be second down. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits his running back. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Cooper DeJean with the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Motioning the tight end now. Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check down out.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain. But boy, Brock, what a shot. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. A touchdown all but gifted to them here as they take over 1st and goal. They'll run Pacheco. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has his man, it's Pacheco. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Chiefs offense staying on the field. They're going to try for 2. Mahomes throwing for 2. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out. Reed now to kick this one away. Covey now to return this. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got 1st down from the 31. Here's Hurts. That one's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. Wow, he's dropped hard on the return by one of the offensive linemen.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. It's a design boot. Buying some time right. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there, because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll continue to lead by 9.
Kid, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script. Not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
First down throwing for Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Hurts setting up to throw. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Back to throw, Hurts. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They find 21 yards and get the first down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Hurts throwing again. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He cuts it to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Big shot to begin the drive. Has him up beyond the 40. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. It's Pacheco again. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut. Gotta hurry this to the line. Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. Man, this one is gonna sting, partner. You pride yourself on defending your building, getting those home victories. Instead, you end up taking a bitter pill today in front of your own fans.
Well, as one coach famously said, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. That's all these guys could do after giving one up at home. Just look